word to describe how much I love eating avocados. I use them on my toast, I make guacamole, I use them to add healthy fats to my salads, and I even use them sometimes in my smoothies. But there is one thing that I'm more and more conscious about, and it is its environmental impact. You may not know that because it's my first video, but I live in France, and I wouldn't say that avocados are the most typical locally produced fruit over here. So, according to mylittlecarbon.fr, having 1 kilogram of avocado over here produces 12 kilograms of CO2. So this one, for example, weighs around 200 grams. So to have that one smashed on my toast in the morning, I produce 2.5 kilograms of carbon emission, which is massive. Clearly not my biggest pride. So I tried not to buy too many avocados, but let's face it, it really is hard sometimes to cut a certain type of food if you really love it. So, how can I reduce my impact? Why not plant a tree? So as you can tell by the title of this video, today I'm going to show you how to grow your own avocado plant indoor.
For this you will need an avocado seed which has delicately been removed from the fruit, cleaned and towel dried, 3 toothpicks, a container such as a glass or a cup. Later on you'll need a pot with drainage. If you don't, I'll show you how you can work around this, and some all-purpose potting mix. Let's start with what I call phase 1, in which I am going to show you how to prepare the seed. As you can see, here is the top of the seed and here is the bottom. With a sharp knife, we are now going to slice a tiny bit of the bottom to make the germination process faster. The seed should now look like this. Peel the brown skin off the seed. There are 2 reasons for that. It makes it easier to see where the crack mark will be, and it reduces the risks of having germs going underneath the skin and contaminate the seed and therefore the plant. Now we are going to place the 3 toothpicks into the seed. When doing so, avoid the crack line I was mentioning earlier, and make sure that your picks have something around a 35 degrees angle like shown on the video. Your spiky seed should now look like this. Place it on your container like this. It should kind of look like it's levitating. Fill it up with water, but leave the tip of the seed out of the water so it can breathe. Otherwise, it will rot, and that's not what we want. Now, place it in a bright and warm place. As it is really hot and bright in summer here, I put mine in the shade of my balcony, but if it was winter, I would place it inside at a windowsill, for example. Now we are going through phase 2, as I like to call it, which is the germination. During this time, keep an eye on the water level, topping up the water as soon as you see that the level gets a bit low. You will soon see that the seed will crack. This is totally normal, and that is actually what we want. This is where the root and the twig will be rising from. Be patient. You'll need to have a sufficiently long root to then move to phase 3. Okay, this one is ready. Time to go for phase 3, which is when we are going to plant the seed. Grab the pot of your choice and fill it up with all-purpose potting mix. If your pot doesn't have holes like mine, you can put some rocks at the bottom to create a drainage and avoid root rotting. Before we can plant the seed, we have to remove the toothpicks from the seed. Dig a small hole like so in the soil and place your seed delicately into the soil and then cover it partially. The tip of the seed should remain out of the soil to let it breathe. And think about using the water that the seed was sitting in, because why wasting? And then you will see some leaves showing up very, very quickly.
How to take care of your beauty now. First of all, make sure that you water it enough and you give it enough sunlight. Water it once a week and make sure that it is in a very bright environment. However, I wouldn't recommend to put it into direct sunlight, otherwise you will risk to burn its leaves. I've learned the hard way. One thing I would like to mention though is to keep an eye on the seed. Even though it will dry out and turn darker throughout time, it is best to keep it as long as you can, because this is where the plant gets its nutrients. It's only when you see that the seed has really nothing to give anymore, so it's really dark and really dry, then you can remove it, but it might take a couple of years. When you remove the seed, the plant is left with 2 connecting points out of nutrient source. So the plant is now getting nutrients by itself. But this moment can be quite unsettling. That's usually when people reach out to me and say, my avocado plant died. So this is my tip, and it worked every single time. Listen carefully. So once you have removed the seed, use a very rich compost and cover those 2 connecting points. So like that, the plant will still get its nutrients from these points before it gets into a stage of being fully independent and work as a regular plant. If I'm not making sense, please let me know. I will be happy to answer in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you have any questions, tips and tricks you would like to share, please leave it in the comment section. I believe that sharing is caring, so spread the love and not only seeds. If you like this video and would like to see more like this, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That will help with the algorithm, and don't forget to subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Oh my god, don't tell me I have to do it all over again. Yes, I do.